I'd like to start tonight by thanking the lovely acid clown Mark Gardner for giving me this opportunity to torture yo cunts with my studio tour. Working with video is new for me, so it's been a fucking learning experience, man. And with that said, let's sit back, relax, and do this thing, y'all.
You do not exist.
So my beginnings in electronic music production was a laptop running Sony Acid through headphones. I was completely amazed by the fact that someone with no musical training like me, with enough patience to learn some software, could make some fucking well-polished music, man. Now it didn't take me very long though, for that mouse and keyboard kind of workflow to start feeling mechanical and like unnatural. This sent me down a rabbit hole that led me to discover the wonderful Ableton Live. Now combine that with the musical control that the various MIDI controllers brought to the table, and I was certain I was a one-man band, baby. Now, this style of music production had inspired me more than anything before, ever. My workflow felt more smooth and natural, and I was probably twice as productive as I was when I was using a mouse and a keyboard. But I always found myself nerding out on the history of synths and electronic instruments. Honestly, anything to do with audio tech had the power to send me down a very nerdy rabbit hole. Ha, but you know I love that shit. And it was this obsession with audio and electronics that gave me a wee touch of the gas. In came the drum machine and the synths, which is how I got to my current setup. So before we go to my studio, I'd like to show you guys where most of my inspiration starts nowadays. It starts right here in this place. Chilling on the pool deck with my boys, listening to loud music, or even just listening to the nature, man. It all leads to an overwhelming desire for me to jump up in my mad science lab and create some sounds. It all has its roots here for me most times. Just the atmosphere, it's so fucking inspiring with the natural living tableau back here. Check it out. Come on, y'all. The warm Florida weather. Can never go wrong with that. It's everything about this place that gets me going, man. Gets them juices a flowing. Ha! There goes Sydney. He's my boy. He's my homie. Like I said, it all starts here. Next thing you know, boom, I'm in the studio, making some noise. Let's go. Ba-boom, here we are in my studio. I'm lucky enough to have this room at my house that I can set all my gear up in. I call it my mad science lab. As you can see, it's a good sized room, plenty of space to grow, and it's a great atmosphere to make music in. As for the gear that I use, from right to left, I have the CT360, the YPR9, MPD32, PMH1000, LPK25, APC Mini, TB3, SEO2, TR8, VT4, and a V67 mic. I've been using Ableton Live in a few choice plugins for a while now, and in my opinion, Ableton's the most flexible DAW out there, y'all. Come on now, let's get real. Gotta love that Clown Army calendar, y'all. Lush. Over here's my ThinkPad laptop, which is the brains of it all. Honestly, I'm amazed at what it can do, and it always has minimal issues, considering how much I push it. Now, over here is my STR880 turntable. It does a really good job for me. I have no complaints. And it all looks out onto this lovely view of my very own living tableau. We normally have more flowers and shit, but we're entering the Florida winter, so it's a little bare back there. Back to the turntable though. I want to get another turntable and mixer and practice mixing some vinyl. As you can see over here, I've started collecting vinyl. A lot of these are records that like my husband held on to for years. Some are from residents at work and some are just like great thrift store finds. I'm also collecting some CDs and tapes, and I have a wide variety of styles here. Anything from disco to techno to rock. My collection is definitely eclectic. Tucked away here is the lovely Rhythm Ace FR3. He needs a little repair though. So this has been the overview of my studio. Now let me try and explain my little setup. So I've kind of already gone over the equipment I have here and such. My whole approach has been to merge the old in-the-box method, MIDI controllers, just working all within Ableton, with my synthesizer and drum machines. So through the help of the Clown Army, I have learned a couple different techniques to merge these two elements. Basically what I'm doing here is creating these MIDI tracks, routing the MIDI out to each of these synthesizers here. Alright. Then I'm writing clips inside of Ableton with various MIDI CC notes, values inside of them to control different parameters, again, on my synthesizers. And then I am arranging the clips in session view in a manner that kind of creates a song, starting from scene 1, working my way down to the lower scenes. It creates a track over the period of those scenes. So each of those clips, again, sending the MIDI notes to these synthesizers and effects sequencing these synthesizers. I have this APC Mini here, which represents the session view. My APC Mini here I am using to launch said clips. So in the past I have a lot of history with doing session view jams, and this was just a no-brainer on how to go about jamming with the sequences in these synthesizers. I mean, it's just natural for me with my history. I'm mixing a couple software synthesizers, traditionally Ableton, built-in instruments, using this bad boy and this bad boy to play those software instruments, and then again mixing all the audio with these synthesizers over there. I got my mixer solely for the audio coming from the synthesizers over there. So this is kind of the synthesizer audio hub right here. And finally I got my MPC32, which I find is really good for sample chopping and editing, just sample magic machine is what this should be fucking called, because it got some pretty amazing built-in features. You put any kind of vocal sample, any kind of instrument sample on it, and you can mangle the fuck out of it. So all of that I've been working into the hardware jams that you are going to be seeing more and more from me. Building sets inside of Ableton that I can jam in live time here. Now I'm capturing all of this on this computer over here with that little boy up there to record all of those things. So it's a work in progress. I got a long ways to go, but just in the time I've spent with the Clown Army, I've learned a lot, y'all, so I'd like to thank y'all for that. Alright, peace out. Like I said, the Clown Army has always been there for me, always guiding and teaching me, and I've grown a lot musically because of y'all. Mark's created more than just a group here, really. He's created a worldwide family, for real. I also want to give a special shout out to my dude Catastrophe. If y'all don't know about him, he's a fucking word ninja, man. And I feel it's gonna be a busy year for my dude, so y'all should go check him out right away. Thank y'all for being tortured by my little studio tour here, and I hope y'all have a good